Welcome to Cooking with Andrea. Well, I'm super excited. We're going to be making pork belly sliders. So tonight we're going to have to marinate it so it sits all night. I am so excited. I took out of my freezer, I was actually able to get a pork belly. There were 4 of these pieces. And so what I did is I went ahead and cut it into 4s. I'm making a little extra tonight. Because I need some for my back stock that's already cooked. But basically, this is going to be my beautiful pork belly slider, which we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to go ahead and marinate it tonight, cook it tomorrow. So we're going to get started. I'm going to put this beautiful meat to the side. I'm going to put it in 2 different bags. And I started with 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce. Couldn't think of the word for a second. I have a 4th cup up. I've got a 4th cup of the sake. I'm going to put that in real fast so that when I get to mixing, it'll be easier to mix. Then I went ahead and I took a 4th cup of sweet soy. I'm going to put that in because that's going to be all nice and sticky. And this is what's going to make our marinade. And I want this to sit for a good 24 hours. And then what we're going to do is we're going to smoke it. Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put a 1/4 of a cup of regular soy sauce. So I have a 1/4 cup sweet soy sauce, a 1/4 cup regular soy sauce. Alrighty, got it in there. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take honey and I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of honey in. Okay. 2 tablespoons. So here's the first one. Boy, my marinade's going to be nice and delicious and sweet. But it's going to go great for my pork belly sliders. So it's kind of like an Asian flair. Going to be pork belly slider. So what I'm going to do is cook these pieces of meat on the Traeger, the smoker, and it's going to come out so delicious. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to slice it in little slices, and then that's what we're going to put on the little tiny slider buns. Okay, so I have all my liquid in there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pepper, and it is a 1/2 teaspoon. It's a 1/2 teaspoon because I can always add more pepper to my meat if I want. But I'm going to let this sit for a couple of hours, and then I'll try the marinade just before I get tired tonight. And then if I think it needs something else, I'll go ahead and I'll try. Okay, let's try this. Very good. And actually, for as much honey as I put in there, it's not as sweet as I thought it was going to be. It's actually pretty darn good. Because sometimes I don't like it too sweet. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put these in the bag. Normally I would score the meat here, but because I'm going to use it as a slice and my pork belly's kind of thin, I can't really do that because I don't want to mess up my chunks. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to heavily marinate it. But that's normally what I would do. If the pork belly was a little bit fatter, I'd take and score the meat, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to go ahead and stick it in a bag. And I have 2 bags. What I'm going to do is I also have 5 cloves of garlic, rough chopped. So just take it with my hand. 50-50. Do it as good as I can. I'm just going to dump this one in the bag and do it that way, because eventually what I want to do is just get it on both sides, and it's going to taste delicious because it's going to marinate for a good 26 hours. It'll probably marinate. I like when things marinate real well. I'm just going to check underneath. Everything's mixed in. Just wanted to double check. So we're good there. Then what I'm going to do is just put it in. And I'll check the marinade in a few minutes, make sure I have enough in there, because I would rather have more marinade than not. Although, you know, if you keep turning it and you get it mixed in there real well, just turn it a couple times before you go to bed. If you happen to get up in the middle of the night, turn it again. I'm just going to go like this and let it sit. Keep it in here. Now, I will have the same sauce, or maybe I'll do a little bit of a different sauce, make it a little bit more sugary. Maybe add a little bit of brown sugar. In the morning, I'll make that sauce. And then what I'll do is, after the pork belly is smoked, then when I go to put it on my pan or put it on the grill, just to warm it to make the actual slider, I'll baste it with that and it'll be great. Okay, so these are ready. And like I said, we're just going to let them sit in the marinade. And we are good to go. So we'll be back in the morning. We're going to go put these in the fridge. Welcome back. Okay, pork belly's been marinating overnight. Wow, looks delicious. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and just open the bag with my scissors. And then what I'm going to do is take it out. I'm just going to brush off the garlic. The garlic did its job. Not going to do too big of a deal. If there's a piece on there, it's okay. It'll cook. But I'm just going to take it off because it was used for marinating. And like I said, I'll make some more sauce to put on it when it's time to just coat it after we're done cooking. And I go to actually make the sandwiches. So I'm going to go ahead and put the pork side up. I'm going to flip this one. I'm not keeping any of the juice. I'm just making a fresh juice for it. And then, like I said, I'll put it on there. I'll put everything in the description box so you guys see it. And just in case I was tired last night and didn't mention, we did sweet soy, regular soy, oyster sauce, honey, and pepper and garlic. And we did, I think that's it. But like I said, I'll put everything on the in the description box. And I'll do it separate like I do. I'll do for the sauce, what I used, everything. Okay, everything looks really good. So what I'm going to do is just clean off my hands here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out to my smoker. I have my smoker at 250, and that's what I'm going to cook it on. It'll probably be a good 3 hours. I'll know because I cook this quite often, so I'm really excited to get started. And I'll show you the progress as we go along throughout the day. Okay, we're at my smoker here. I'm super excited. It's going on. I'll check this in 1 hour. And like I said, 250 we're smoking at. It's going to take about 3 hours. It's going to be delicious. We're smoking with hickory today because I want a bold hickory taste. I'll have the sweet on it already. And then what we'll do is we'll be back in a couple of hours to show you hour 2 what it looks like. And then I'll take the internal temp because it has to go to at least 165. And we'll see how the fat is rendering as well. We'll be back. Welcome back. Our pork belly is done. Look at this beautiful, beautiful pork belly. Oh my gosh. I'm going to pick it up with a spatula because, first of all, this is the meat side and this is the fat side. Oh my gosh. 3 hours, 10 minutes, and I've already tried it. It is delicious. Tried not to take too big of a cut off of it because I want it to set overnight before I slice the pork belly really, but I did try it. It's absolutely exquisite. I'm gonna tell you, this marinade, I could sit there and sop it up if it wasn't so bad for you. It's not over marinated, but boy, it sure has a fabulous marinade on it. I'm going to use this for pork belly sliders tomorrow, and whatever I don't use, that's what I will reserve for my like fried rices, other sandwiches, different things that need a good little meat to go in. But all done. Absolutely gorgeous. Well, I'm going to set this over here because we're going to let that cool overnight. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the coleslaw for the top of the little pork belly sliders. Tomorrow I'll also have the sauce for that, and I'll put it on as I warm it in the pan or if I warm it on the grill. Most likely I'll warm it in the pan so that you guys can see it, because you can do this in the house in the oven. The only thing is you will not get the smoke taste like you do out there, but you can use liquid smoke and get a smoke taste. So we're going to get started with my coleslaw. Okay. First of all, there's 8 cups of coleslaw in here. Everything's clean, washed, and I let it dry. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put the milk in. It is 1/4 of a cup of milk. I'm going to do 1/4 of a cup of buttermilk. Just got my buttermilk today because one of the ladies that I watch pre-retirement, she showed me how to make buttermilk. I was like, oh my gosh. So I have the little dry buttermilk, but today I wanted to use this buttermilk because I'm going to use a buttermilk this week for some other things I'm cooking. 1/4 of a cup buttermilk. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to put 1/2 a cup of mayo. Now this coleslaw, you can make it mayo based or you can do vinegar based like my banh mi sandwiches. Just go in and pickle with vinegar. And it would be just perfectly fine for the sliders. Because I am doing a little bit more of like a sweeter Asian teriyaki kind of type slider tomorrow. I'm not doing a standard like barbecue sauce. Because otherwise I wouldn't have marinated it like that. When I do a standard marinade, it's applesauce or an apple juice. I do it just like that. Okay, here's my mayo. 1/2 a cup of mayo. Let me get my... mayo in here. But like I said, just do it with vinegar and it'll taste perfectly fine, especially if you're doing a more Asian or less barbecue style. But barbecue style, you need this kind of coleslaw, in my opinion. It doesn't go good with vinegar unless you're used to eating vinegar, which I'm just not used to eating. And I'm not really into vinegar or mayo, but you know, I can eat it if I have to, or put it on top of a slider and I'll take and change the taste a little bit. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1/2 teaspoon of celery salt, and then I'm going to take 1/4 cup of sugar, white sugar. Let me get my little... I'm going to take it and I'm going to just sprinkle it around. Okay, and then I'm going to take 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, sprinkle it around. It's fresh. We go ahead and get peppercorns and we grind them ourselves. We just use the container that we initially bought the first time, but that's how we like to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a fork and I'm going to get my lemon juice. I'm going to bring my lemon juice closer. I'm going to pour that on in a minute. Really good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start mixing. This is a really easy one. Don't need much ingredients on hand. And then, hey, if you don't want to make your own coleslaw, then just go buy one. It'll stay good for a long time. Just buy a small one. You can make it. You know what I do when I invest money in like coleslaw dressings? Then what I do is I just make sure I make something in the next couple weeks because I'm the one who's planning all the dinners anyways. You know, and so I just go, hey, family, what about this? And like my buttermilk. is a good example. Otherwise, I would have just used my regular buttermilk that I use, where I just add water to it and mix it, and it's buttermilk. But like this week, I want to do some buttermilk biscuits, and it's much easier to do it that way than me having to measure everything out, because, you know, unfortunately, when you're baking and stuff, you do have to measure. It's not like always like cooking where you can eyeball it, especially when you've been doing it a million years, you know. And I'm not going to admit to being that old, but probably half a million years. No. I'm going to take my lemon juice, dry my hands, and because we have the buttermilk and the milk in there, it's going to be a little bit creamier. So this is going to be a creamy one, because I want to be able to have a little bit of bite on the sweet tomorrow for the sliders. Not only that, this is kind of how my family likes it, so this is what we're going to go with. So basically, it's all mixed in, nice and creamy. We're going to go ahead and we're going to let this sit overnight, because I always let stuff sit overnight when I'm doing things like that. I think the flavor is much more enhanced by it being super cold and it sitting overnight. But if you had to serve it right now, it would be good to go. Put it in the fridge for a couple hours and you'd be good to go. So we're all ready to get started for tomorrow. The only thing I'm going to do is cool the pork belly. Then I'm going to slice it for you, and I'm going to put it on the heat, and we'll have our little slider buns, and that's what we'll have for tomorrow. Well, we'll see you tomorrow. Welcome back. Okay, beautiful pork belly sliders. I let it cool last night, all night long. Now I have some slices here, but absolutely beautiful. I took this side was my fatter piece. This is my thinner side. I took some meat off both sides, but this is absolutely delicious. Got my pan on heating. Got my extra little bit of sauce, which I'm going to brush on my pork belly. And I got my, don't want to, you know, heat it too hot. Want to just let it sit there and crisp up for a second. Everything's already cooked, but I love putting these on the grill. Normally I put them on the grill, but today I'm actually going to put them in my pan. Have grill marks on my pan. I got tons of smoke. Oh my gosh, you can smell it. Now remember, you can do these like an Asian zing, or you can do them just regular barbecue. You can do them with honey and maple syrup. Oh gosh, tastes like a big fat piece of candy bacon. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to fill my pan full of pork belly. That's enough. I'm going to get too much in there. What I'm going to do is run right over here, put a little bit of sauce. All it is my marinade with a little bit of, I put a half a teaspoon of brown sugar on afterwards. But it's basically just my rub, because I don't want it too sweet, and I do like the flavor of my rub, or my marinade, I should say, because I don't want it too overpowering. And I don't want it too sweet. I'm not really a big sweet person when it comes to barbecue and meats. Now, my jam is smoked meat. Smoked meat, that's something me and my family, we've always concentrated on. That's what we do, is smoked meats. We smoke pork, smoke beef, brisket. We smoke tenderloin. We smoke pork belly, all sorts of stuff. Chicken, turkey. I just want to let you know that I use like 2 tablespoons of butter, and I got some of my garlic spread. That's what I'm going to put on the bottom, and I'm going to mix it together, and that's what I'm going to use to spread on my bread. You know me and my darn garlic spread. I love it, and I think it always makes the bread taste good. And because I'm not going to use any mayo or anything like that, because we have coleslaw. Coleslaw's in the refrigerator. I like the coleslaw super cold when I go to put it on sandwiches. Okay, that's going perfect. I'm only going to do one side with the sweet, because I don't, like I said, I don't want it over sweet. I'm just going to take a little bit, just so I have a little bit of flavor. Don't need much. I've got so much flavor going on here. We're going to be perfectly fine. You see how that pork belly's just, oh, smells so good here. Guy Fieri was right. We need smell vision. Okay, I'm getting ready to flip that. I'll flip that over just as soon as I get my buns on. Okay, this is what we're having for lunch today. And then my other pork belly, I'll actually cube it or slice it kind of thick, or leave it in blocks like that, because depending on what I'm going to do with it, because you know, I use it in my fried rices and stuff like that. I use it in everything. I love pork belly. Okay, look at that. Oh, that looks gorgeous. We got a little crisp. You can even see my little grill marks. That's for the people who don't want to go outside because it's freezing outside, or don't want to use a grill. They're like, nope, did that all my life. Done doing it. Get you one of these pans and it will look like it. And like I said, you can cook your pork belly in the oven. You really can. And it'll cook just fine. I've done it before. Like I said, I wasn't always into grilling. Now I'm into grilling. I'm into my smoker. Me and my family like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off the heat, because look at that. It's perfect. I got a little char right there. You see the grill marks. And this is inside the house. This is beautiful. Like I said, put a little liquid smoke on it. And people who don't like smoke, you won't even have to worry about it. That'll be perfect. Now I'm just going to heat this side. And everything's done. That is going to taste fantastic. So what I'm doing is just putting a little heat on my bun. I'm going to turn my pan up a little bit. I don't need it too heated, but I do want to heat it. So I've got some little Sam Choice sweet Hawaiian rolls. You can use different ones. Sometimes I don't like sweet rolls. These ones I do like because they're not as sweet. I'm more like a sourdough kind of person, but it's going to taste excellent. And it kind of goes with my little flair going on. If I can eat it, I know it's good. And I know it's not too sweet. Because like I said, I'm not really into super, super sweet. The reason I can eat sweet on this is because my marinade is really not super, super sweet. It just has a really all-around good flavor. Now I'm going to bring my coleslaw out because my buns are coming since I got the pan on a little bit higher. And I'm going to move my butter back, my marinade, my meat. I'll put everything back over here. I sliced some fresh jalapeno to put on the top of my coleslaw, my slider, if you would like. It's not a must, but some people really like the sweet hot. And I'm like, okay, I could do it. I like it. Okay, I'm a little bit of a weirdo. I like our coleslaw nice and creamy, but when I go to put it on sandwiches, because I have liquid in here because we make really creamy coleslaw, especially when we have like fried chicken and stuff, it just tastes really super good. So what I'm doing is I have my slotted spoon, and because I don't want mine mushy when I put it on my bread, I'm going to drain my liquid, because why I want it creamy with the buttermilk and the milk is it'll give it such a great flavor. Not only that, if you have a little bit more liquid in it, then it'll taste really good when it's time to put your sugar in. Oh, look at these buns. I'm going to take it off. Beautiful. Okay, looks good. Let's check them all. Beautiful. Okay, so my only problem is I have to put them this way so I do not forget. I have a top and a bottom. I've done that before. Somebody got two tops. Somebody got two bottoms. I get all excited and interested in talking. We'll leave that one for a minute. I'm going to turn this off for a second. And I'm going to unplug it so I have some room. Oops. I got a little cot there. My kitchen is a little small, but I am blessed. I have a kitchen so I can feed my beautiful family. I'm a happy camper. Very blessed, so I cannot complain. Okay, here's what my sliders look like. I'm going to go like this so that I've got a little bit better base. Okay. I'm going to take my little black plate because that's how I'm going to assemble. I'm going to put this one first. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my fork. And then I do need another fork so I can grab out some coleslaw. Ooh, this looks so delicious. Okay, I'm a very generous person when it comes to pork belly. I want it to hang over the sides because you don't eat pork belly every day. I want you to feel like you got a lot of pork belly. So that's how I feel. It's like kind of like when I make bacon sandwiches. I don't mess around. Even though this is just a little slider like that, it's got tons, and that's how I want it. Now, you can make them more uniform. Like, I'm just going to put this one here, and we'll do this one. You can cut it, because some days, you know, I'm a very uniform kind of person. And that's really, truly how I am. I like everything like the same bite and everything. You could do it small. I did it 2 ways, just for the person who's like me, who likes it uniform. But still, I want you to have more pork belly, so when we take the time to cook pork belly, you get a pork belly slider. So you could do it 2 ways. Either hang it over, put it nice and neat. It makes no difference. Just make sure you have enough. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my coleslaw. You don't need very much coleslaw either, because remember, it's a slider. And what it's doing is it's just giving you a little bit of juice, a little bit of tang from the mayo, and that's all it's doing. You don't need it to really do anything else. You could put a little bit more if you like, but I almost think it doesn't. Sometimes, you know, I overdress things or I overdo them. Sometimes a little bit is better than a lot, because then you get a bite of everything. Now let me get 2 little jalapeno pieces, which go like that. So your slider could be either one, like that or more uniformed. You know, for me, I actually like the uniformed, but I wanted you guys to be able to pick out which one you like. I'm going to hide my non-uniformed one because, like I said, at the end of the day, it's hard for me not to be uniformed. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pieces and I'm going to cut them because that's how I like them. Okay. So, ooh, this is a big fat meaty piece. I like that one. And this is, you know, you have to look for pork belly on sale, though. Pork belly is expensive. Sometimes it's up to $14 a pound. I'm always looking for prices on my meat. I kind of know all my prices in my area to a T. And I try to stick in the $3 for meats in my area because I know that's a good price. So let me tell you, I think I got mine for my pork belly. I actually went to cash and carry, and I got my pork belly for $3.89 a pound. Other places, bigger cities, might get it for cheaper. Not here in Nevada. Normally, I mean, that's about the cheapest you're ever going to get it, in the threes, because most of the time it's actually like $4.99 to $14. I've seen it that high here in Nevada. It's crazy. Okay, I'm going to take one little piece of jalapeno. If you don't like jalapeno, just don't put it on there. And we're good. Okay, I'm going to take one more. I'm just going to cut my meat. And that's what we're going to do. Okay. And for the kids, if they don't like anything, I'm just going to show you. Because I always try to, you know, when we were growing up, we had lots of kids in our family. Our family's quite small, but it's like we were all kids together. So kids can't always eat all that stuff. Just make a plain slider just like that. It's absolutely gorgeous. But that's how you want to do it. So watch for your pork belly to come on sale. Buns were a pretty good price. You've got lots of dinners. I've got like 4 or 5 dinners out of this. I could eat this whole block, and I would still have at least 2 nice or 3 nice dinners between my fried rices and things like that. I hope you enjoy this. Also, I wanted to tell you too, not only are we having it for lunch, this is a good football idea. Just watch for your pork belly to go on sale. And these would be pork belly sliders. Oh, and I'm going to give it a try. fantastic. And I didn't even put everything on it because I don't want to mess up my picture. The pork belly is super, super tender. Nice fat piece of pork belly. Absolutely tender. You guys could put this in any dish you wanted to make. Like I said, if you like the content, if you will, please like, share, and subscribe. I want to thank you, all you subscribers, brand new, and all the ones who support me. One off from 300 subscribers. If somebody could help me out, I'd be super grateful and super thankful. I hope you enjoy my pork belly sliders. And remember, good football idea too. Have a good day and a blessed week. Thank you.